Boeing's out with a statement. So, Phil, what is it?
They feel the pressure. They know that it's growing around the world to ground the 737 MAX fleets, and the statement coming from Boeing, some of this is similar to what we heard from the company yesterday as well as Sunday. Safety is Boeing's #1 priority. We have full confidence in the safety of the MAX. We understand that regulatory agencies and customers have made decisions that they believe are most appropriate for their home markets. We'll continue to engage with all of them to ensure they have all the information they need to have the confidence they need to safely continue to operate the fleets and to return them to service. The most important part of the statement is coming up right here. It is also important to note that the Federal Aviation Administration is not mandating any further action at this time. And based on the information currently available, we do not have any basis to issue new guidance to operators. That new guidance would be to ground it or just to continue flying. So there you have it, guys. It's going to be a day where perhaps we'll hear from more airlines, perhaps we'll hear from more countries, maybe we'll hear from the EU, where they may ground more of these planes. But for now, Boeing is saying it's safe, the FAA says it's safe, and it's still going to fly.
All right, Phil, we've actually just got the second part of President Trump's tweet. Remember, we brought you the first part the last time we spoke to you. So this continues the first tweet. Split-second decisions are needed, and the complexity creates danger. All of this for great cost, yet very little gain. I don't know about you, but I don't want Albert Einstein to be my pilot. I want great flying professionals that are allowed to easily and quickly take control of a plane, with an exclamation point. Phil, does the president have a point in so much that we're still awaiting, for instance, the software fix after that first Ryanair crash, which hasn't gone into effect? I mean, it's been 5 months now.
Well, that's a good point. But look, they're going to make sure that the software fix is correct and ready when it's ready. They're not just going to say we have one and stick it in there. I think the significance of the president's tweets, whether or not you think he's right or wrong, is that this represents perhaps a tipping point. Because now you also have heard from Mitt Romney, you've heard from Dianne Feinstein, you're starting to hear from leaders on Capitol Hill. What you're going to see potentially is they're going to not only put that pressure publicly on Boeing, but they're going to start putting pressure on the Secretary of Transportation. And you don't think that it would have a lot of influence if the president was to call Elaine Chao and say, you know what, I'm not so sure that this plane should be flying right now. Now, I don't know that that will happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen. But let's connect the dots here. We know that Washington's a political area, and this is how these things sometimes happen, where you will see pressure mount on the Department of Transportation. Look, we saw it when we saw the vehicle recalls, when Toyota was going through its recall, when General Motors was going through it. We've seen this. The political pressure mounts on the regulatory agencies, so I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see that pressure mount on the Department of Transportation.
But Phil, to the larger point here, and not to put you on the spot, but I will. I mean, technology has increased, of course, in complexity to some extent, but aviation's never been safer, right? I mean, every advance.
You're 100% right. 100% right. Okay. Separate from these two accidents, David, if you look at the rate of air crashes worldwide, the rate keeps going lower. And so that's why these two accidents just stand out immediately, because you just don't see new aircraft going down the way that we've seen this with the MAX in the last 6 months. And so overall, though, technology has made flying far safer. There's no doubt about that.